Hey, are we here? Are we ready for class? Am I late? I guess I have to be here in order to start. So I guess that's all right. Anyway, want to say hello. Yes, we're going to have a good day or a good time. It's one of those days. So we're just going to have some fun with this. I'm Lynn Hamilton, your lead instructor here at Samson Properties. Yay! So today's class is going to be the best one-liners. And it's not jokes, although I should have brought a couple, but I'll try to, rummage up a few and throw them in there. But today's class, again, is probably, I'm going to say, probably one of the top 5 that you should watch, rewatch, master, craft, and really grab and run with. Obviously, Jump starts sessions 1 through 4. This one. And there's a couple of other ones, yeah, but I count Jumpstart as one, so that's cheating. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, creating the wow factor. So that would be another one that would be in the top 5. So, anyway, so this should be one of the ones that's on your go-to and master list. Now there is another class that's similar, that's scripts and conversation starters. As you know, I have a love-hate relationship with scripts and conversations because scripts work really well when both parties have the script. Other than that, it can be problematic. So that is one that's available for you in Samson University that you can retrieve at your leisure and listen to as well. So with that, let's get going. All right, as always, we want to thank Cardinal Title for sponsoring the class. We want to give them a big shout out and thank you. Cardinal, woo-hoo! So the next time you have the opportunity, either on the buy side or the sell side, to use Cardinal, I would hope that you would do so and just tell them I sent you. So that's good. We want to thank them for their ongoing support. As always, if this is one of your first videos that you're watching, I want to give you a couple quick highlights of that. First off, the front page of every handout, which is in the Cardinal Nest for you, is designed to be your checklist to monitor and check off the tasks that you've completed them. Now, I'm going to also ask you to get a 3-ring binder and some divider tabs so that you can put these in your binder as you attend the various classes, either online or in person, whatever. You are basically creating your own customized training manual. There is nothing better than that. So also, it's going to come in handy if you're going to have a meeting with me, your broker, your mentor, whatever. Bring your binder with you. That way they can take a look at what you've gotten done, what you haven't gotten done, where you're missing your pieces at, and what needs to be added to it. As a quick reminder, we have at the bottom of every page in the PowerPoint a number that coincides with the number of the page from your handout. So if you're wondering what that is, boom, there it is. Okay? All right, so there's that reminder there. So let's talk about some quick classroom rules. As always, I'm going to ask you to turn your phones off. If not, you know me, I'll answer them. Even if you're watching online, turn them off because I'll come answer them. Trust me, I've done it before. So anyway, please turn it down and that way you can be uninterrupted. I want you to be open to some new ideas. This journey in your real estate business is a process of growth. And it's a process of change. It's a process of doing new things. It's a process of doing things you haven't done before. Because there's that great old saying, what got you to this point is not going to get you to this point. So within that, where you're at and where you want to be is going to require some change. So I hope that you will be open to some new ideas. I always ask, may I have your permission to be blunt and honest with you? Tell you what you need to know and not always what you want to hear. So for those with me in class, give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Excellent. Yes. All right. Hear my heart, forgive my mouth. But usually I'm getting pretty good at or putting it in check or letting you know that it's coming. You do have to laugh at my stupid jokes. There you go. All right. She's got it. And the rest of them are giggling along. I want you to learn something new. So at the end of class, we're going to ask you, what is your aha and what is your takeaway? What was that aha moment? You go, God, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. Like that was the light bulb going off. But then what is your takeaway? What is the one thing you're going to take away from this particular class that you're going to implement into your business? Again, I've trained over 4,000 agents thus far, and I've seen a thing or two. And one of the things that became very frustrating early on was agents would go to stuff and then never know what to do with the stuff they just learned. And so my approach is very methodical. We're going to put it together in order, walk you through step by step what comes next, what do you need to do next, why is this important, How does this play out? So I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to give you the why and the why not, and hopefully, again, give you those aha and those takeaway moments. But more important, as we say, at the end, I want you to implement what you've learned. There is nothing worse than going to a bunch of stuff and then not doing anything with it. So, boom, there you have it. We good? Thumbs up, everyone? Yeah. Yes. All right. Let's go. Quick reminder, every Thursday from 11 to 12, I do a Q&A session. We are going to focus back on Jumpstart. So the first week of the month will be discussions about Jumpstart Session 1. Second week of the month, Jumpstart Session 2. Third week of the month, Jumpstart Session 3. Fourth week of the month, Jumpstart Session 4. Or since you're going through, at some point in time, certainly jump in to our Q&A session on Thursdays. The link for it, it's virtual. No, it is not recorded. The link for it is in your cardinal nest on the calendar. Okay? Say yes. Yes. All righty. All right, so here is, as always, the words of wisdom to get us jump started. I happen to have, several years ago, had the privilege of doing some training and coaching with Dennis Waitley, and again, a phenomenal man. So here is his words of wisdom for us. The results you achieve will be in direct proportion to the effort you apply. I'm hearing a okay. So that is your word of wisdom for the day. And yes, all of this does take a little bit of processing, a little bit of doing, and a little bit of making it all happen. So as you know, I've got my little house here. Boom. And in my house are my little puzzle pieces. Because as you know, our whole concept here is to put these puzzle pieces together. Because there is nothing worse than having all kinds of great training. This is a good class. That is a good class. If I hit the camera, I'm in trouble. This is a really good class. But you know what? This one's not bad either. But then you go to them and you don't know how to put them together. You have all this stuff and you're going, but wait a minute. So this was a good class, but it doesn't fit. I don't know what to do with it. And then you just give up and don't do anything. Yes, I do have to pick those up later. So our whole goal here is to walk you through methodically putting together the pieces of your puzzle, which is your business, together in an orderly fashion. So if you will allow me the privilege and the honor of walking you through it, we'll make it happen. Okay, so starting to put these pieces together, here we go. Page 2 of your handout. I want you to understand that this is a numbers game. This business is nothing more than numbers. You need to say less to more people. Keep that in mind. You want to fill the funnel of potential buyers or sellers. Again, you start with this big funnel, you dump in as many as you can. We're going to wiggle them through, and eventually when they're ready to buy or sell, they think of you because you have stayed top of mind. Boom. There you go. All right. It is also takes 5 to 8 exposures in a follow-up, often before the end results come to be. Now, the problem with that is most agents give up after 3, 4, or 5. They don't stay in the game long enough to earn and get the results. Just because you ask someone, so, you ready to buy or sell? And they tell you no, and you go, well, God, okay, I'm going home. I'm going to sit on the couch, eat bonbons, and watch movies for the rest of the afternoon. Okay, it doesn't work like that. So again, it's a numbers game. You need to expose yourself to more people. You need to talk less to more, time efficiency, asking the right question to hopefully get the right answer and to be top of mind. All right? This is a process, not an event. It is not a one and done. You've heard me say that multiple times. It is not a one and done. So it is a matter of putting the pieces together and being consistent, which is where a lot of agents drop the ball and fall apart. Okay? No does not mean no. It just means no, not right now. So quick question for those that are in class. How many of you have ever gone to a restaurant? Okay? How many of you ever got, the waiter comes around, asks if you want coffee, soda, a new drink, or whatever, and you say no, because you're okay. Does that waiter or waitress run off and go cry? No, they don't. Because all it means is no, not now. They may come back a few minutes later and you're ready for a refill. And you'll tell them yes. So remember, no does not mean no. It just means no, not right now. Okay? Are they ready to buy or sell? No. Not right now. You catch them later. All right? Work with the willing. I hear this every so often from an agent that says, what do I do? They're someone that they know and they've got bad credit and this has happened and that has happened and their credit is, in the tank and they've got collections, they've got this and this and their FICO score is down in the dumps. And they go, well, what do I do? I go, did you make this mess? Well, no. Then you can't clean it up. You can guide them with what are the things that could be done to help clean it up, but it is not your job to clean up their financial mess. So if they can't, they're not a ready, willing, and able buyer or seller, mainly on the buyer side on that one. But so work with the willing. If they can't, next. So here's the motto I want you to take away with. Some will, some won't. So what? Next. Okay? We're going to all say that together. We're going to have some fun in class today. So ready? Some will, some won't. So what? Next. There you got it. All right. So yes, we all had fun with that one. But that's an important foundation to it as well. What I want you to understand as we get into the next little component here is I want you to really think about and choose your words. We're going to give you some examples today of what works, what doesn't, and why. So we're going to start with, would you be open to versus I want to talk to you about. I'm getting some in class. All right. I know you are considering buying, selling, whatever, versus is there something you are considering? Well, I'm considering winning the lotto, but that's not what you're asking. So you want to be careful with the words you use. I hope you'll come, or I hope you'll attend, versus would you like to attend? So for those that are doing the home buyer workshops, that's a good one to tap into as well. I hope you'll come and join us. All right? Now, let's move on to the next component. Can we talk? Just come here. Come here. Just you and me. I've been around this for a long time. As most of you know, I've licensed in 04 and not 1904. But, yeah, they like that one. And I used to tell clients that as well. You can do the same thing. This is by far, absolutely, the best mission statement on the planet. I have heard, I have seen, I have worked with, I have, contemplated other ones. This one wins hands down. And my hope and my goal is that every single one of you will memorize it and master it to the 9 and just let it flow effortlessly out of your mouth. It is simply, my mission is to help you protect and maintain the value of your greatest asset. The reason that this is so valuable is it gives you leverage. And yes, if you've heard of listened to any of my other classes before, you've heard me mention leverage. Leverage is taking one thing and being able to get additional benefit from it in other components. When one of the biggest challenges I hear agents say is, well, I don't know what to say, or I don't know what to say when I call them. Well, what's your mission statement? And most of them are, hear my heart. I'm trying to behave, okay? Most of them are pretty stupid, okay? I'm going to be ethical and I'll do a good job. Well, no joke. I'm sorry, that's what they expect out of you. But what does that give you for leverage for conversation? Zip. Nothing. You got nowhere to go with it. But if you memorize and have flow with, my mission is to help you protect and maintain the value of your greatest asset, which is your home. My monthly tips will help do that. You have free reports. You have newsletters. You have a website. All those things are free, by the way. You've got multiple things that you can leverage off of it. So hang on to that for a second. In a few minutes, I'm going to give you another component that will leverage, and you'll see where they all connect in and tie in. We're not trying to give you more work. We're trying to have you work smarter, not harder. So let's all read it with me. My mission is to help you protect and maintain the value of your greatest asset, which is your home. Okay? Yeah, no, that's good. Keep going. Your monthly tips and free reports will help you do just that. Okay? Now you've got leverage. Now you've got a reason to call them or follow up with a conversation. There you go. That's why, in various reasons, that is one of the best on the planet. Okay? Taglines. Now, again, it's kind of a long, your mission statement, your taglines, your unique selling proposition. And again, you've heard me say this one before. When your home no longer meets your needs, I'm here to help bring you up to speed on the current market conditions, or however you want to end that sentence. Now, I have shared the story with you that a couple years ago, I was coaching an agent. They kind of got stuck. They didn't know what to say. And I said, well, here's a good one. Try this one out. It was a couple years ago. And so they would check in with people and go, so now that you've been stuck in your home for a while, you still love it? Does the home still meet your needs? He picked up 7 listings with 7 buys on the back end of it in 3 months. Who can do the math? 7 times 2 is? 14. 14 transactions in 3 months. We heard a dang in the crowd. Okay. But again, this ties into, and you've heard me talk about recession-proof marketing. What are the things that will happen in a person's life regardless of what the world is doing, what the economy is doing, regardless of what the headlines of the news is doing? When the home no longer meets their needs, they will need to sell and or to buy. There you have it. Boom, drop the mic. I'm going home. Bye. Got to go. Those 2 will get you more leverage than you'll ever know what to do with. So I would hope that you will run with that one. Okay? I'm hearing a yeah. All right. So let's get into some other great one-liners. The email subject line. Now, according to some reports and some studies, it says if you write thank you or I'm sorry in the subject line of an email, they will open it and they will open it faster. I'm seeing some heads nod in the group, okay? So, thank you and I'm sorry. Think about what you're going to write. Think about if those 2 can apply, and there you have it. Even it's I'm sorry, I haven't kept in touch with you. Because who, show of hands, who has people in their database that they feel guilty about that they've not stayed in touch with? I just see hands popping up all over the room. Okay? Yeah, up high, own it, be proud of it, all right? Yeah, y'all left a lot of money on the table, by the way. But, when 87% of agents or clients that were surveyed said they would use their agent again if they ever heard from them again. Got that one? Okay. So, I'm sorry. I've not stayed in touch with you the way I should have. I'm sorry I didn't get you this information sooner. Got it? I'm seeing some heads go like this. Okay. All right. It is also recommended that you keep your subject line to 7 words or less. Because do not write the whole question, the whole subject, the whole topic of the email in the subject line. I occasionally get those and it's like, not good. Just saying. Also, this is a little bonus tip for you. If you're emailing back and forth with somebody and you need to continue the conversation but take it to a new topic, please go into the subject line and change the subject line or start a new email chain back and forth. Okay? Because you get something that comes through with what you were talking about before and you change the subject, chances are that's going to get overlooked and deleted. And you change the subject on them without telling them. Okay, proper protocol. There you go. All right, so there are some tips for your subject line in your email. Now, let's chat about coffee closing statement. Now, you've heard us talk about doing pop-bys, about doing coffee stops, about meeting with people just to get caught up. This one, again, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. This is a technique that Joe Stump taught me years ago when I was in coaching at $3,000 a year. So if you want to pay me $3,000, I'll give it to you. No one's jumping up and giving me $3,000, so I guess I'll give it to you anyway. All right. So, but this was a great one. And when I learned it and it could flow, it was magic. I mean, it was absolutely magic. On your handout, you will notice the key words are highlighted or highlighted in yellow if you have a colored copy of it. All right, so let's go through it real quick. So after you finish the lunch or the coffee meeting with them, blah, 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 you've done with your chit-chatting, here's how you close it out. You will turn to them and say, that's highlighted, embedded command, I am your go-to source for anything real estate related. My mission is to help you protect and maintain the value of your greatest asset, which is your home. Assets. There's supposed to be a T on there, okay? Call them by name. Yeah. Call them by name to make sure you got their attention back. May I have your permission? Or may I ask you a question? And they're going to say yes. Then you can use the word either someday or eventually, because they both work hand in hand. Someday, you or someone you know is going to need some help with something real estate related. When that happens, are you comfortable introducing them to me? Now notice the comfortable introducing them is highlighted, embedded command. That way or this way, I can interview with them to see if we're a good match and I can bring benefit to what they're doing or what they need to do. When you get to that point, you slow down the pace and the tone of your statement and you gently start nodding your head. Now, you're not the bobblehead doll in the back of the car, all right? It's just a gentle nod. They will 9 times out of 9 times say yes. You turn to them, look them square in the eye, and say, promise, and then you shut up. Now, what is happening is their little brain is processing. I know they're my go-to source. I know that their mission is to help me protect and maintain the value of my greatest asset. Someday, I or somebody I know is going to come across or is going to need some help with something real estate related. Yes, I am comfortable introducing them if it's somebody else, so they can interview, make sure they're a good match. And I made a promise. Zip, drop the mic. Okay? Those key words get embedded into their brain, and that's why you stop talking when you hit the end of it. Let their brain start processing it. I know they're my go-to source. I know they're my go-to source for anything real estate related. Someday I'm going to come across someone who's going to need some help, whether it's me or somebody else. Yes, I am comfortable in introducing them. Didn't say refer. Take refer out of your vocabulary. And I made a promise. I made a promise. And sometimes I'd be a smart aleck and go pinky swear. Ties it down, okay? That is being programmed and processed into their brain. Advertisers do it all the time, and you don't even know it, okay? That one is another one that I have made buku bucks off of when I learned how to implement it and run with it. We teach you how to do the pop buys. We teach you how to do the smile stops, whatever you want to call it. We teach you how to do the coffee. This is the closing statement when you're done with that meeting. Again, practice it. Let it flow off your tongue. Adjust the cadence, adjust the tone, make it yourself. But the end is promise and stop. Because they will say yes, they will nod, and their brain will start processing what they just promised they said they would do. Okay? Is that a thumbs up? Thumbs up. Lots of thumbs up. Okay. Here's the next one we want to start talking about. Email or conversation closing statements. Hello, this is a good one. This I've used from Joe Stump as well. I know there's a couple of other coaches. Matt Easton also uses it as well. When you are done with a conversation or you're done with an email, and again, and you're going over information, the closing is, did I miss anything? Does this make sense? And what is our next step? Short, sweet, and to the point. Is that soaking in? I'm seeing some intense concentration going on. Okay? Real simple. Powerful. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Did I miss anything? Does this make sense? And then what is our next step? Or you will tell them, our next step is boom. Got it? Got it. Okay. End of a transaction. Oftentimes, people will say, you know, they want to keep their business and their personal life separate, kind of. So one great way to say this is, welcome to my real estate family, or I want to welcome you to my real estate family. Okay, isn't that sweet? Okay, because you know what? You may want to do business with them, but you don't want to hang out with them. So you're being very specific with welcome to my real estate family. Then another line that goes really well with it, I want to earn the opportunity to be your real estate advisor for life. Bam! Okay? Or I want to earn the opportunity to be your real estate advisor forever. Even after you're dead, I can still be your real estate advisor. I don't know. I was written into a few people's wills to handle their real estate at the... You're going to be in mine. Yeah. I'm going to be in your will? Okay. Since we're talking about that, you know me. I got to share, a funny one. I saw it on a calendar one time, and I just busted out laughing. It says, I'm no longer working on an impressive resume. I'm working on a kick-ass obituary. Yeah. Now, my daughter doesn't think it's funny, but I thought it was hysterical. So there's your best one-liner. Okay, there you go. All right, so at the end of a transaction, there you go. It just should be able to flow comfortably off. Welcome to my real estate family. I want to continue to earn, or I want to earn the opportunity to serve, be of service to you and those that you know in the future. However you want to, put your words in there, that's the gist of it. Okay, we good? I need a thumbs up. Oh, yeah. Everybody good? Yes, I'm getting some oh yes. All right. Let's talk about a best one-liner when it comes to either door knocking or geo-farming. All right? So you have chit-chat conversation with whomever, and one of the things you can ask them is, have you heard of any rumors around of anybody who's needing or wanting to sell? Are you hearing any rumors? Because guess what? Rumors fly all over neighborhoods. They may go, yeah, I heard that so-and-so and so-and-so were going to get a divorce, and they have a property and they may need to sell it. There you go. You got a prospect. Now, you can't go and say, Bob down the street said you two are getting a divorce. Probably not the thing to do. I'm just saying. But why not follow up with them, okay? And then you can ask, would you do me a favor? If you hear of anything, would you be so kind to let me know? That way I can just do a quick introduction and see if I can be of service to them. Would you do me a favor? If you hear of anything, would you let me know? Again, all of this is on your handouts. Okay? So hopefully by now you all have either highlighters, lip liners, crayons, felt pens, I don't care, and marking it all up. All right? Another great one is you are asking permission. May I ask you a big favor? Katie, is it okay that if I check in with you every so often, just to kind of keep you updated on what the market's doing? Are you okay with that? Yeah. Absolutely. That'd be great. Okay? You've asked permission with a quick sentence. You've got it, and you're good to go. Okay? So now I do know of some that have said, oh, they wanted to do, geo-farming, door knocking in their neighborhood. They just wanted to get to know their neighbors a little bit. And I said, go out and do two. Just two. Go, just do two. So he did. He went one on that side and one on that side. And he found out that one of them was starting to be concerned that his kids were going to be going to school in 2 years, and he didn't want the kids going into school into that school district. So just by having a casual chit-chat conversation with the neighbor, he's got a potential seller sometime in the near future. There you go. Yes, it is nice. I heard that. Okay. So again, just ask permission. May I ask for a big favor? Is it okay if I check in with you every so often to kind of bring you up to speed on what's going on around the neighborhood and what the home values are? Okay. Excellent. Now, is there anything that we've covered thus far that you're going, I can't say those words. I don't know how to pronounce them? I heard a giggle. No, because it's all very common, comfortable flow. There you go. All right. Again, goes back to the best conversation question you could ever ask, and I would be asking everybody this at you. Casual chit-chat, intentional chit-chat, text them. Does your home still meet your needs? Okay? Now, we're going to break it down a little bit further. We talk about how to take one question and leverage it. Here we go. So if you reach out to someone and say, hey, does your home still meet your needs? And they say yes, the best response from that point is, great, I'm just wondering, are you planning on any home maintenance, home repairs, or remodeling in, say, I don't know, the next year or so? They're going to tell you, right? So all you got to do is jot that down in your little notes in your database on a Post-it note for all I care. Get it tattooed on your arm if you want. Now you've got information to leverage. If you know they're going to remodel a bathroom, it allows you to have conversations. Say, great, when are you planning on starting that? Because if you get a really good vendors to help you with that, I may need to know who they are to go into my vendor resource directory. It gives you a reason to follow back up with them to see how it's going. Remember I told you one of the big stumbling blocks that agents have is they do not know what to say when they go to call somebody or follow up. And you do not want to constantly be asking, so, who do you know that's ready to buy or sell? Who do you know that's ready to buy or sell? Who do you know that's ready to buy or sell? Because after the second or third time doing that, yeah, they ain't going to talk to you no more. And God forbid, do not ask them, who do you know that's thinking about buying or selling? Because as you've heard me say before, unless they're psychic or psycho, they don't know what people are thinking. They're laughing. I can hear them. Even in the back of the room, I can hear them, okay? So if they say yes, great. I'm glad to hear that. So tell me, are you planning on any remodeling, redecorating, overhaul, minor, major in the next, I don't know, year or so? Just casual conversation. Now you've got information to follow up on. Now, if you see an article that pops up in your free newsletter, you can print it out and send it to them. Even if you already emailed it or mailed it to them, you can still circle it and say, hey, came across this, thought of you, thought you might enjoy this, boom, out it goes. Or you can say, what color palette are you thinking of going with? There's a couple of the magazines, in fact, Better Homes and Garden, which is still out there, by the way. Every other month they have a color palette, and I used to pull those out. And when I heard somebody say that they were thinking of remodeling, I'd ask them what color palette were they thinking of going with. Blue, I had a blue one, boom, I sent it to them with a Post-it note on it. Saw this, thought of you. Let me know what color you pick. Again, it's just that planting that little seed so that you remain top of mind. Now, let's be crystal clear. You are not going to send them a newsletter or send them something, and they're going to go, oh, that's really cute. Let's uproot our lives, honey, and sell our house just so they can get a transaction. It doesn't work like that. When the home no longer meets their needs, and you've stayed top of mind with gentle little touches and not asking them every other month if they're ready to sell, When the time comes that the home no longer meets their needs, then you are in fact top of mind. You've heard me say before, who's heard of McDonald's? Okay, how long has McDonald's been around? Forever. So why do they still advertise? It works. Why? People are hungry all the time. It's subliminal. You hear them talking about their hot, steaming coffee, or their whatever it is, the afternoon pick-me-up. Start listening to commercials. You're going to hate me for that one, but just give yourself a week. Listen to commercials on the radio and on the TV. What I want you to take a listen to is, what are they saying? Who is their target audience? And the time of the day that they're marketing to that component. People, you are in the marketing business. Selling real estate is the byproduct of it. If you cannot learn to market yourself, you become a secret agent. And nobody knows who you are, nor do they know what you do. Do not be a secret agent. That's why we encourage you to understand you're in marketing. Damn, I heard from the back of the room. Okay? You're in marketing. You've got to get the right message at the right tone to the right target, repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated until the time comes that their home no longer meets their needs and then they think of you. There you go. Okay? All right. So you ask if the home still meets their needs. They say yes. Great. You find out if they're planning on any home repairs, maintenance, or remodeling or anything. Oh, I don't know, the next year or so. You're going to get an answer back. Now you've got information to follow up with them for the next year. Hello, drop the mic. I'm going home. Got it? Yep. Got it. Now, oops, went too far. All right, now, if they say, well, no, I really don't. Still, home doesn't meet our needs anymore. Just out of curiosity, let me go back. Hang on, there you go. Boom, there it is. All right, sorry. If they say no, or, funny you should say that, and, we're just not talking about that, then one of the things you can ask is, what no longer works for you? What about your current home that it no longer is working? Well, we're getting older and I don't like the stairs anymore. Okay, I'm here in the back, all right? Or we don't need the big house. Kids are all gone, whatever. I don't need the big backyard, whatever it is. They will tell you what no longer works for them. And then you can ask, what is one or two things that you would love to have in your next home if you ever decided to move? And guess what? They're going to tell you. So now you can jot that down. Why? Because now you have topics of conversation for the next year available to you. So when they tell you that, then the closing question or comment is, hey, you know what? Just out of curiosity, are you guys tossing around any thoughts of selling in the next year or so? Look at them and wait for them to answer, because they will. Now, is there anything that we just covered in that scenario that you couldn't say, or that you couldn't learn to say? It's not like you're rattling off technology terms or medical terms. You're asking a question that's pertinent. You're getting a response back that's going to give you leverage to take it to the next step. Can I go home now? No. Okay, they want more. Okay. All right, so there you go. That's how you unfold that one. So let's talk about one that, so maybe you've reaching back to someone, maybe you met them in an open house, a social event or whatever. When you reach back out to them, what you want to say, and again, this is a Matt Easton technique that works beautifully. The reason I'm reaching out is, we are connected through LinkedIn, or we are connected through this social group, or we are connected through church, or we're connected through Scouts, or we're connected through whatever. So now they're able to identify who you are, excuse me, and how you are connected. Now, if it's a cold call coming into you, a great response could be, what can I get you information on today? Not, how can I help you? Because they may look at you and go, I want the winning lotto numbers. Can't do that. What can I get you information on today?
The winning lotto numbers.
The winning lotto numbers, okay? But they have contacted you with a specific information that they are looking for. So when you ask them directly, what information or what can I get you information on today, they're more than likely going to answer it and tell you. Now you know, ba-do-do-do-do. A great follow-up question to that is, what research have you done? Now, they may say, I'm just curious as to what the market's doing. I'm curious what the interest rates are. Great, okay, I can answer that for you. But what research have you done thus far? I looked on Zillow, and Zillow said my house was worth $1.7 million. Yeah. I'm just wanting to find out if that's accurate. If it came from Zillow, no, it's not. Just saying, right? So again, these are very simple one-liners, a few words in a sentence that you should be able to memorize, internalize, and then you can customize them just slightly if you need to. So that is a good one to reach out to. All right, so here's another one. The reason I'm reaching out is blah, 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 blah. Again, you're going to tell them why you're reaching out to them. I want to be able to get you some information on. Now, another great line is, have you considered XYZ? Have you considered buying in Fredericksburg, or have you considered buying in Stafford? Have you considered buying in this community or this community? Have you considered this or that? Have you considered whether a local schools are important? They're going to answer that question. Now you're getting information. When you're kind of wrapping up that conversation, or somewhere in there you can interject, what is the most important thing you want to accomplish? Well, I'm tired of my landlord. I'm tired of my noisy neighbors. I'm tired of the dog barking next door. So I want to get away from them all. Okay? So that's what they want to accomplish. But when you ask them what is the most important thing you want to accomplish, they will typically be able to tell you. Okay? Now, this works great in buyer consultations. This works great in seller consultations. This works great in home buyer workshops. This works great if you are working with attorneys, helping them with clients that need wills and trusts, executed out in estate liquidation. It applies to literally almost anything. What is the most important thing you want to accomplish? Now, you can put a time frame in there if you need to. What is the most important thing you want to accomplish in the next 30 to 60 days? Nothing. Okay, now you know. They're not necessarily ready. They may be willing, but they're going to give you a timeline. So again, you create a tight window when you ask that question with a time frame attached to it. Okay? We good?
Yeah.
We good. All right. In the same vein, you can also say, if somebody's inquiring to you, I know you probably have 100 questions. Let me go ahead and answer them for you. Then, if you want to be a smart aleck, you can go yes, no, yes, yes, no, 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 yes, no. There's 10. Got 90 more to go. And then they start giggling because you didn't give them the question. They didn't ask the question. You just gave them answers. Okay? So you can have fun with them as well. Again, especially if it's people that you know. You can be a smart aleck with them. They think it's a hoot. So I know that you have 100 questions. We're going to get you the answers to them. That works great, gang, if you're doing the home buyer seminars. It works great in so many scenarios. The closing one comes down to, does it make sense to move forward? They're going to tell you yes, or they're going to tell you no. Okay? And whatever they tell you, it's okay. Because if they say, does it make sense to move forward right now? They can say, well, no, I need 30 days or I need 60 days. Okay. Now you know what they're thinking. Because they told you. You're not trying to be a mind reader.
Right.
versus them ghosting you, and you're going, well, they're not responding. Well, no, they were going on vacation. They were going to go take a safari in Africa. They're not going to be on their phone. They're going to have intermittent internet. But if you didn't ask them, does it make sense to move forward right now? They may have forgot to even mention they were going to go out of town for a month. So ask the questions that's going to give you the answers that you need. Okay? So far, so good? Yeah. Whose head's ready to explode? Nobody yet? Okay, we're good. All right. A great one to, instead of saying, I'm checking in or I'm following up, try saying, and again, this works really well with either a text message or a voicemail message, is, I have an idea that I want to get your opinion on. Now, you better have a question to ask them that you want to get their opinion on, because when they call you back, because guess what everybody has? An opinion. Do typically they like to share it? Yes, they do. So when you say, hey, Iris, I have an idea on something that I want to get your opinion on. Can you give me a buzz back? Phone number. Okay? Now, that's going to intrigue her, and she's more than likely going to call me back. There you be. All righty.
What is the idea you have?
Well, again, it depends on the scenario. If they're a seller, you know, I have an idea that I want to get your opinion on. We have a couple of ways in which to handle a listing in this market. We can either overprice it, underprice it, or price it right in the middle or on the lower end to drive the market up with multiple offers. I'd like to discuss that more with you. Okay? I have an idea about, you mentioned that you were interested in potentially selling in a few months. I have an idea. I have some free reports that may be of interest to you to help you get the house prepared over the next couple of months. Would that be of value to you? Would you be interested in those? Okay. Same thing on the buyer side. Okay. So just kind of think before you make that contact with them, does this apply? Would this work? Okay. All right. Here's another great one. And again, this works really well when you are following up with someone, especially if it's someone that you really don't know that well, is, were you serious when you said da 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 da? Or were you serious or were you just kidding? That you needed to sell your $200,000 house and wanted to buy a $1.5 million. You wanted to go from there to there. Were you serious or were you just kidding? Now, I'll tell you what. There was somebody one time, this was years ago, they were selling their $350,000 house and they wanted to buy a $1.2 million. The agent said, were you serious or were you just kidding? Now, normally would think they were just kidding. He said no. He had just inherited a ton from family. He had sold a business and he had a lawsuit from an injury and he just got a boatload of money, which is why he was wanting to go from here to here, price point. So yeah, we would think he was kidding. He was serious. Who knew? Okay? So that's a great one to have kind of at the ready if you need it as well. All right. Whew. Another good one-liner. After sending information out to someone, there's always a desire to kind of check back in with them. A great line to use was, did you get a chance to look it over and what caught your attention? Now, some will do it in two separate sentences. You can almost run it into one. So, Laura, did you have a chance to look at the information I sent you and what caught your attention? And you're going to go, shoot, I better have something. Okay? What caught your attention? What jumped out to you? Or what did you like the best? And what did you like the least about the information I sent over? That is a much better conversation engagement than just saying, so I'm just checking in to see how you're doing. What'd you think? Because now you're sitting there going, what do I say next? There you have it. Have you had a chance to look over the information I sent? And assuming so, what caught your attention? Then they're going to answer, would you like the best? What did you like the least? They'll usually answer. And again, that same thing, it's if you sent them properties to look at, what caught your attention? What did you like the best? What did you like the least? There you go. All right, moving on. When you're dealing with your free reports on your website, now remember, there is a whole class that's available for you in the Cardinal Nest in Samson University. It is how to leverage free reports, newsletter, and your website. That should be in the top 5 of everyone's movie watching, is to check out that video. It's going to give you some really good information. And yes, I provide some of the free reports in there. I give you 2 or 3 options on free newsletters. You decide which one resonates with you and which one you want to run with. Once you've got that done, where do you take it from there? So, one of the things you can ask, just wanted to make sure that you know I have a library of free reports available for you on my website. Did you know that? So when you're looking for something to call and say to your sphere, hey, I just wanted to let you know, Katie, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that I have a library of free reports on my website available to you 24/7. Thanks. Okay? Now, if you're going to say that, let's make sure that you actually have a custom page on your website. Okay, this piece and this piece need to connect. All right? Let me turn it over. Let me turn them over this way. All right? So your website better be updated with a custom page. I've talked about that in several classes. It is easy breezy to do. If you absolutely cannot find it, shoot me an email. I will send you back a mini step-by-step instructions with screenshots and arrows of where to click. Get that, get your free reports uploaded. Now you connect the dots. Boom, you're good. Okay? Put the roof back on my house. But you're looking for reasons to reach out to them. And again, your free reports, those free newsletters, oh, wait a minute. Iris told me a couple months ago when I talked to her that she was going to be remodeling the bathroom. Here's a little article about remodeling a bathroom. What are 3 things you need to take and remember? That could work for her. I'm going to send it over to you. I don't care if the remodel's done. It's the fact that you have thought about her or him with something that's important to them, not with you, with gentle touches to say, hey, I was thinking of you. Or, oh my gosh, there's an article here about how to get puppy stains out of a carpet. And I just found out that, Susie got a new dog. So I'm going to send that one over to them. There you go. All right? It's the little touches. All right. Boom. We ready to go on? Got a few more. So this is a fun one. Let's say you're in conversation with somebody and you need to get out the door. And I just realized I have a typo on my screen. I would love to stay in touch more about this. But you know what? I got to run. I got a client waiting to meet me. And with that, can we reconnect next week or later in the week to meet for coffee real fast and go into further conversation? There it is. Boom. There it is. Okay? We're having fun. Okay? So again, that is some of the best quick one-liners that are out there that are available. There you go. So here's the question of what's next? I have a list available for those that are here in class today. I'll make sure y'all get one. The rest of this is going to be uploaded into the Cardinal Nest by the end of the week. And with it is a list of all, 26 classes that we already have available for you. All right. Okay. It gives basically what the recap is, what we discussed in that class. This is going to go up in the Cardinal Nest. So all of you have it. So if you're asking, okay, so what order do I put stuff in? Guess what I have for you too? Okay, I'm so excited. This has been kind of on our radar for a while, and then it actually came up in a conversation I was having with a small group the other day. They would love to see the learning trails. Okay, so where do you start? I have a 5-minute introduction. Tells you a little bit about my background, how I put together these classes and why. That's where you start. Then you go to Jumpstart Session 1. I don't care if you're a new agent, seasoned agent, have been in here for 100 years. Jumpstart Session 1. Once you're done with that, you're going to go to Jumpstart Session 2. Jumpstart Session 3. Jumpstart Session 3 is about what? Database. Yes. Boo! She wins. Okay? So, it's about the database and how to set it up. I don't care if you're using KV Core. I don't care if you're using 3x5 index cards. The concept is the same of flagging and tagging. Once you've got that done, then the question comes, okay, then what do I say to them? Oh, wait, I got you. Scripts and conversation starters, and this class right here, the best one-liners. That's going to give you information of what to say as you start reaching out to those in your sphere. Okay, we're going to take you to Jumpstart Session 4. You're going to be building out your marketing pillars. And determining which ones you want to tap into. Yep. Now, I realize there's 24 options of marketing pillars. No, you do not need to do them all. Do not be a one and done. Oh, I tried that once and it didn't work. Okay. I sent out 5 invitations and nobody came. Because 2 weeks later they all came back because you had a bad mailing address. Oh. Just saying. Whoops. It's going to take you through what are the options. I have additional classes that I've done where we've talked about the nitty-gritty of each of the 24 marketing pillars that are available. The good, the bad, and the ugly of each one. What it's going to cost, how you need to calculate the cost of executing it, how long do you need to make a commitment to making it, to working it. It is not a one and done. So that's available for you then. Once you've decided, okay, I get it, I got it, okay, so I want to do, let's say, for example, I'm going to work my database. Obviously, that's number one, or I want to build it out. I want to make sure, because I have a big database, let's say, so I want to make sure that I'm getting repeat and referral business. We're going to direct you to how to create the wow factor. Because it's those tips and techniques that'll create that wow factor with existing clients so that you can get that repeat and referral business. All right. There you go. Let's say you then decide, okay, Lynn, I've looked at everything. I want to do geo-farming. Perfect. Don't throw jello on the wall and wait to see what sticks. I'm going to direct you to our geo-farming class that's available in Samson University to go through and study that one. Listen, study. There's homework. I want to see numbers. I want to see percentages. I want to see, and again, I walk you through what numbers you need to take a look at. What numbers do you want to start with? And again, within a geo-farm, there's 3 categories. There's the homeowners, there are the absentee owners, and then there's also the renters. Which one are you going to work? You want to work just the absentee owners? Great. I'm going to give you the specific techniques that work best on executing that. You want to do just the renters, because you're also going to do the first-time homebuyer workshop? Perfect. We have the training class on that. I've got some 8-week, one-on-one, or not one-on-ones, but small groups to walk you through that from start to finish. You would take a look at it and say, okay, so I need to build out that. I need to understand that. Where am I going to get my numbers? Am I willing to do the work and commit to it? There you go. Go on. If you come to me and say, okay, and looking at the 24 options, I only need 4 tires on my car for marketing pillars. I want to do open houses. You realize you can do 2, 4, 5, 6 open houses a week. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or you could even do 1 on Thursday or Friday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Okay? You do not need to be there for 4, 5, or 6 hours.
Nope.
2 hours. There you go. Now, in the open house class that we've already recorded, it's available in Samson University for you. We're going to go through the good, the better, the best. how to take it from this level to this level to this level. If you're sitting there going, okay, so I got that all together. I want to work with first-time home buyers. It makes sense to work with renters into the, home buyer workshops, once a month. You better have a strong, polished up home buyer presentation. Oh, wait, we got it for you. Woo, yes. It is, I'm getting some cheering. It is in Samson University for you. In the buyer side, it is the before, the during, and the after. What do you do before the presentation, during the presentation, the after the presentation? Boom chakalaka, okay? Then you go, okay, but if I'm not going to do that, I need to know about the sellers. There is a seller consultation already up. The training class is there. The handout is even there for you. I give you the buyer consultation and the seller consultation. Now, the way it's got to be uploaded into Samson University, it's got to come through a PDF. If you call me and go, or email me and say, Lynn, I don't know how to convert it over. Can you send me the Word document? Yes, I will. I will shoot it over to you. I mean, I'll give you a big love note with a smiley face, but I'll connect it and send it over to you. That way you can customize it. I do. I put my smiley faces on there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. They like my smiley faces. All right. So that is already there for you. Now, it is a template. Samson's got some stuff too. It's all good material. Start with something. But in the part 2 of the buyer consultation and the seller consultation, I literally walk you through page by page with the science and the logic behind why that page is important. I did share with you and introduce you to the DISC personality style. There are 4 personality styles and 3 learning styles. They're either audio, visual, or kinesthetic. They need to have their hands on that. That is why we give it to you in paper to go customize, and boom, there you got it. Now, my 2 cents on this. Little side note. I say customize the front page, make it nice and pretty. However you want to do it. If you want to do it in Canva, whatever. Here's the challenge and here's the problem. Again, you can do it however you want. But when you do the whole thing in Canva, with beautiful background and the whole bit, yes, it's gorgeous. But people, it's going to cost you a friggin' fortune to print those suckers. And unless you've got a budget to do that, I'm going to say not yet. Okay? Now, if you're at the higher price point, yeah, you better. Suck it up and pay the bill. But if you're at kind of the entry to mid-range, you can do it that way as well. You can get a better quality paper. I have here, for those in class, I will have it available. Okay, this is the card stock. It's a light card stock. Walmart. Okay, pack of 100 or whatever it was. You can this goes through the copier really easy. You can run it through the copier at home. You can gently run it through the copiers at the office without breaking the bank. Okay, now, who wants a bonus? Yay. Who wants something I just discovered yesterday? Yeah. They're all going, yay! Yeah. Bring it on. Okay, so we know that there are the heat binding machines that are available. Yeah. There's the spiral bound ones, and there's the one with the heat. Got it? Okay. I was always told those suckers could be expensive, so I never priced them till yesterday. Then I bought one. Okay. I got it through Amazon. It is, I have Amazon Prime, so it came down to like $60 from $80. Yeah, I was like, whoa, is that all it is? And I got covers to go with it. So you can take up to 50 pages, get them all nice and neat. You put the cover around it, okay, clear on the front, solid on the back. You put it into the little machine, and you turn it on, and in less than a minute or 2 minutes, however the timing is set on it, it will heat the glue that's on the binder and glue the paperwork into the folder. Bam! Bam! Can we all just say wow? Wow. Okay. Mine's due in tomorrow. I'm going to be trying it as soon as it comes in, and then I'm going to let y'all know how it worked. Personally, again, I spent about $120 for the machine and 2 packs of the bindings. One in blue and one was in white. They have blue, they have white, they have black. They don't have any other colors. But I thought, you know what? That'll work for buyer consultation, seller consultation, first-time home buyer packets. For those that are working the wills for and the estate liquidation for attorneys, that goes in there too. Any other thing you want to do to have look spiffy, you cannot beat the price. That's a bonus because I just discovered that one yesterday and got mine ordered. Okay? So what are does this show you that we got your back?
Yeah.
We got your back. I came in to Samson and bless their loving hearts, they basically said, do your thing.
Do it, Lynn.
Work your magic.
Work it.
And I have been pleased and honored and humbled to be able to come in and bring these 26 classes thus far to you. But I also know that we need to put them in order for you and help you put them together methodically. Now, if you tell me, Lynn, I ain't never going to do an open house in my life, perfect. You ain't watching the open house video. Why? If you're not going to do them, you don't need to learn about them. Now, if you ever snowed in and bored, then go watch it. You may go, oh, that's not a bad idea. I could do that. Okay? But that's what we've got for you. We got your back. So, stay tuned. Up into a Samson University or the Cardinal Nest for you within the next couple of days. Okay? We got you. We got you. We got you. All right, a couple quick reminders of what are the other tools that we have available for you in putting your pieces of your puzzle together. Do you like my little puzzle pieces that flew in? Yes. Like my little toolbox? Yes. Notice it's got Samson on it. Notice it's got a little cardinal bird on the side. Aww. I created that. I'm so proud of myself. See, if I could do this stuff, y'all could do it. Yeah, there you go. All right, so we have Samson sales meetings. When are the sales meetings typically? Wednesdays. First and third Wednesday of the month. Maryland is on the second Wednesday of the month. First and third Wednesday, yes. And then Maryland is the second. It's on Cardinal Nest. Look at the calendar. It's there, but know that it's there. Mastermind classes. If you have not jumped in on some of the mastermind classes, they are designed based off your level of production. Check them out. They're good. I've got to cover David a couple of times with them, and I love doing them. Tuesday Tidbits. Sarah sends out a Tuesday Tidbits. I have my Thursday Q&As, and Casey has Coffee with Casey. Those are good, okay? Truth be told, typically when I'm in getting my hair and my makeup done, I got my Coffee with Casey on, listening to it. Yeah. So boom, there you go, drop mic. What you got? All right, thank you. Remember, your database is full of gems, and if you don't work it, it's not going to bring the value to help you pay off. And part of that is knowing what to say to them when you need to reach out to them. These things are going to show you leverage of how to one thing to leverage off of another. Be the uncola. Do what other agents are, yes, I'm going to say it, are too lazy to do. There's a dozen and one agents out there. There's a dozen and one colas out there. Be the 7-Up, be the uncola. Do something that's different, unique, and creative, and stand out from the crowd. More than ever right now. Think outside the box. If you're going to play tic-tac-toe, I'm going to win. As long as it's legal, ethical, and moral, we got you. You're good. Okay? I don't care what you know. I want to know what you're doing with what you know. I have helped an agent years ago go from 0 to 151 transactions by doing 2 things. Geo-farming, open houses, and then he mastered his buyer and seller consultation. He still does just that. At 151 transactions a year, do not ask me what that money added up to because it came up to a lot. That's what I'm hearing in class. Okay? I want your aha. I want your takeaway. And I have a present for you all. Yes, I do. All right, so as you know from today's class, and I will have these posted in the Cardinal Nest with these handouts, They'll come on just a regular sheet, 4 up on a sheet. You'll need to print them back to back, cut them yourself, make your own set of flashcards. You know, in school, we were given our adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing flashcards, or studying for the real estate exam. All the basic tips that we went through in this, boom, here you be. So, I will make sure that I would throw them, but I'd probably knock a camera down, and then Justin would like choke me out. So, yeah, choke me out. It would not be good. All right, so be sure before you leave, I've got your flashcards for you, and I have the list of all the classes that are available to you. We'll make sure we get them before you leave. So, guess what I have in here? Candy. These are the Hershey's candy bars with Own It, Leader, Ambitious. There's all kinds of cute sayings on there. So, as you share your empowered, boom. So as you share your aha takeaway, yes, I'm going to throw them. So we have a mic. Yeah, watch the they're lightweight. But yeah. So share with me your aha takeaway, and I'll see how well I can do. And watch your drinks, because you know what? Incoming.
Luckily, I have a bottle. Overall, many ahas. I underlined and highlighted many of the phrases. Something I really liked is 7 words for the subject line. And I will start with thank you and I'm sorry. I plan on using this pamphlet with me every time I write an email now to make sure I use at least one phrase in my email.
Okay.
Because, you know, I start emails with I'm writing to follow up on. And I just found out it's not recommended to start that way.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to have this pamphlet with me, and I'll make sure I change the structure of my emails and the way I start a conversation.
Okay, very good. All right, impressing. Here you go, my dear. Catch, boom. There we go.
Hello. My takeaway is where you said instead of using I'm just calling to check up on you or I'm following up, you have to say I have an idea I wanted to get your opinion on. I think that's a very interesting way of looking at it rather than just the normal everyday saying. So that was excellent.
What does everybody have? An opinion.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yep. Good job. Here you go. Catch. Ready? Boom. Incoming. Oh, I got it. Woohoo!
That's you.
Yep, that's me.
Strong. Yep, lots of underline lines and notes and such, but it struck me today that all of this is really a mindset. Like, it's like a religion. It's you have to really just immerse ourselves into this entire way of thinking. And I'm so rebellious, but I understand.
I know.
I understand that it's necessary and it's a process, and you make it bearable and palatable. And thank you.
You're welcome.
And what I loved, I'll call my takeaway, is welcome to my real estate family. I love that. It sets good boundaries.
That's you. Yeah.
Makes that right point. Yep. Like it's just that's it. That's my line.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Oh, my chocolate.
Yes. And it says shine on.
Yeah, that's me.
Woo! There you
Shine
go.
on. Right on. Here you go.
All right. Here you go.
Well, thank you, Lynn, for hosting this training.
Oh, you're welcome.
I learned a lot.
Good.
I think I'll come more in person now than just watching on the computer. So my takeaway is the phrase is that work with the willing. I get really attached to people kind of quickly, and if they're not willing, and it's like I take it personal.
Yep.
But I like that work with the willing, and some will, some won't. So what?
Next. Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Excellent. And we are ambitious. There you go. There you go. Woo!
All right, I love your name, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Lynn, for the...
It's on. Just speak into it. Yeah.
Hello.
There you go.
Thank you, Lynn, for the class, and very appreciate the class. And this is like a top secret that everyone need to memorize and remember those, right?
Yep. That's why I did
This
flashcards.
is really the skills that I think agents need to have, and it's work. I mean, to get those, to have it in your mind, you need to practice,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And
Because you
right.
have kids, I know. When they were learning their alphabet, you repeated it, repeated it, repeated it. When they were learning their, 2 + 2 is 4, and they're adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, you had flashcards and you reviewed it with them. It's no different. It's no different.
I also
So-
like this, that our mission is to protect our assets too.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I think those every single bit of the lines is all of them are good, very good. And my takeaway is one of them are like the free reports on your website. I think realtors need constantly not just asking, are you selling or are you buying? Can you give me a referral, rather than what can I provide? Hey, this is a free report to you. Here is something that value for you, rather than just keep asking them. I think those are all of them are good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a really good.
What is this on? What's on your chocolate?
Empowered.
Empowered. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. My job is done. I can retire now. No, I'm just kidding. I do. Yeah, I got some more left. No, I appreciate, again, it's a journey, it's a process. Because what got you here with your natural ability is going to leave you there. When I went back and I was putting this together, I stepped back and said, okay, where did I learn this from? From which of my coaching programs did I learn it from? There's about $7,000 worth of information in that packet. Now, if y'all want to pay me that, I'm okay with it, but if you don't, that's okay too. But it brought value to me in my business. And I saw my business grow and grow and grow. Not that I worked any harder, I just worked smarter. And so I'm glad that you are grabbing the takeaways. I'm glad that you are here engaging. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. I know that you will want to go back and revisit and re-listen to these again. For those that have the flashcards, that will help you. Again, just put one in your car in front of your odometer. Then when you get pulled over for speeding, just say I was just practicing my scripts that Lynn asked me to learn. I don't know if that'll get you out of a ticket or not, but it's worth a try. Don't put them in the shower because they'll get wet and then the ink will run. So I'm just saying that doesn't work real well. Unless you laminate them. Okay? But stick one on your mirror for a week, and they're front and back. They're front and back. Okay? So just know that I'm hoping will help you memorize these sayings. There's only one that's long, but the rest are short, sweet, and to the point, but carry an enormous punch. And that's what I hope that you take away. So with that, if there's any other questions, I'll be around for a little bit longer. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me online as well. I appreciate you. Thank you. Mwah. I will see you in the next class. Until then, be awesome, be wonderful, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye. We need to do a picture of everybody before.